Morning, Chris Fawcett from the Headache and Pain Management Centre here at Niche Bar just down the street from my clinic. It's day one of National Headache and Migraine Week, and today I'm in a bit of a reflective mood, which is why I'm celebrating with you with a coffee. But this week what we're talking about in National Headache and Migraine Week is the neck's relationship with headache and migraine. So how your neck can be causing that headache, migraine, tension headache, cluster headache condition. So what we'll be talking about is how that all happens, but also if you've had your neck treated before, what the mistakes that might have been made were, why it didn't get better when it may have wanted to get better, and what you can do with your neck to make sure that you can get the best result possible. So looking forward to that later this week. But today, as I said, I'm in a bit of a reflective mood thinking about how it actually came to pass that I'm actually here talking to thousands of people on YouTube and Facebook. I couldn't imagine 8.5 years ago that I'd be sitting here talking to in this way. So I thought I'd share about how I actually got into treating headache and migraine and how I got to love it so much. And to understand where I actually came from, it actually starts back at university where in the middle of my third year, I actually hated physiotherapy. I didn't want to be a physio anymore, okay? So what they were teaching at uni at the time, this is 15 to 17 years ago, was that headaches and migraines had absolutely nothing to do with the neck. And in fact, it was only like 2% of people that had a relationship between their migraines and headaches and their neck pain. So 2%. And I thought, whoa, that seems pretty low to me. But anyway, it got to the middle of fourth year of university, and it wasn't until I went and did a prac placement in Victoria. It was at a clinic called Sandringham Sports Medicine. They're still here. They're probably watching today. G'day, Robert. And there was a patient who walked in my first week, and I'll never forget it. It was an extremely cold day in Melbourne. She was wearing a grey jumper, and she had sunglasses on in the clinic. And as a 20-year-old, I'm thinking, why are you wearing sunglasses on a day that's really cloudy inside? I just didn't quite understand it. And anyway, we took this lady into the treatment room and we turned the lights off so she could take her sunglasses off. And it turned out that she had a migraine on that day, and it was quite a nasty one. It was behind her left eye. And what had happened is that the physio got to treating, and half an hour later, there was no more headache there. She didn't even have a headache, let alone a migraine. She walked out completely fine. She had that hangover type feeling that you get after a migraine, but there was nothing of any sort of substance that was left. And I've gone, everything that I've just been taught at university tells me that that could not happen, and I just saw it happen. So at that moment, I didn't realise that it was actually a life changer for me, because I thought, not only do I need to know everything about this, but I believe that everybody needs to know about this, because it was just such a mind-blowing, mind-boggling realisation that I had. So anyway, I pushed through the last year of uni, and it was very fortunate of me that I found a clinic when I graduated that was also a bit left of centre, that was also a bit out of the box, that was able to treat things in a slightly different way that actually got results for their patients. So that was a bit of a stroke of luck for me, because I think I would have been chewed up and spat out by the system had I gone to one of the big chains, or had I just had to be instructed to treat out of the textbook, because I knew intuitively that there was something more to this than what it seemed. As it came on, my career started sort of after a couple of years at this small physio that I was working at, I approached my boss and I said, look, I'm going to write an article for your website. And there was this new thing called Google Ads. Taylor's behind me smiling behind the camera, where Google Ads started to come out, and it was like 2 cents per day. And what I got my boss to do is to throw maybe $1 a day pointing at this website that just talks about all the things that I've talked about for years. How necks can cause headache, that the joints can refer in, it's a sensitisation of the brainstem, these sorts of things. And as it turned out, what happened is that there were people coming to see me from all around. There was actually a patient who drove all the way from Camberwell outside Mount Isa, all the way down to the clinic in Brisbane to come and see me, a 23-year-old physio who just happened to, be okay at treating headaches and migraines. And this was, 10 to 12 years ago. And I took the plunge and decided to open Brisbane Headache Centre not long after that. Brisbane Headache Centre was the first dedicated facility for headache and migraine being treated by physiotherapy for the neck to open in Brisbane. It was a very nerve-wracking experience, and yeah, as it turned out, in that first 6 months, I learned more about headache and migraine than in the previous 6 years, because the patients that I saw back then, and I know that some are still watching my videos now, we went through a lot together, learning about how migraines and headaches actually worked, what the differential diagnoses could be. You know, is it some other condition that might not be headache and migraine? It could be a functional neurological disorder or something like that. And we worked together as a team to get the best results possible for those patients at that time. And as I'm sitting here now at Niche Bar down the street from my clinic, which now has 4 treatment rooms and a wonderful team treating all manner of headache and migraine conditions, I'm very grateful that the things that I've been able to achieve by training my team, training up a lot of my patients about how to sort their neck pain out, has actually had a tangible benefit, I believe, on the community with headaches and migraines. There are many, many other clinics that have now opened up around Brisbane that are also treating headache and migraine that are coming from the neck. Some of them have worked for me, others are working at other clinics, and others have opened other clinics from those other clinics. So obviously the word's getting out there about neck pain and its relationship with headache and migraine, and we're getting very good results with it, and obviously the community is getting good results with that too. So to everyone out there who has come and visited us in the past, who provided those word of mouth referrals towards us around their neck pain and their relationship to headache and migraine, I'd just like to say thank you very much. And you are the reason that I'm here today talking about headache, migraine and the neck. We've had hundreds of thousands of views on YouTube from all over the world, through Facebook, all the engagement across the website. It's really been amazing. So this week what we're doing is we're going back to first principles, we're going back to our roots and talking about headache, migraine, its relationship to the neck, and basically troubleshooting when it hasn't worked for you, what to do next, and also some new tidbits that I may not have released before publicly on video on Facebook Live or YouTube. So I'm really grateful to everyone for their support. I'm really grateful once again to be providing all of this great content, this great detail for National Headache and Migraine Week. And I encourage you to share, like, comment and spread the word, because look, there are so many people that are really struggling with their headaches and migraines who can't even imagine that their neck might be the cause of them. And it's really incumbent on you to encourage them to have a skilled examination of their top of their neck, and also to get it assessed, diagnosed and treated by someone who knows what they are doing. I hope that's been a really good and a really enjoyable story for you. I really enjoy doing this with you. I really like enhancing the understanding of headache and migraine conditions across the community, and I hope you can join us this week for all of those videos. Take care, and I'm looking forward to seeing you again soon. Cheers and bye for now.